All right, today's topic, I want to talk about 5 enemies to your success.
Welcome to the ProsperityRx podcast. This is Keith Abel with your prescription for prosperity. This is a podcast where I give you hope. I show you the path to build a life of health, wealth, and prosperity. To build a life that you don't need a vacation from. Folks, we've all messed up by believing some of the prevailing wellness and money myths in our culture. The turning point in your life, however, comes when you're willing to own up to it, to take your health and your finances into your own hands, to claw your way out of whatever's holding you back and never live in that lie again. Let me ask you, what good is your wealth if you have poor health? And what good is your health if you have no wealth? If you're willing to own up to it, to accept that you do have the power to change your circumstances, and that you're willing to do whatever it takes, then this podcast is for you. Humorist Josh Billings said, health is like money. We never have a true idea of its value until we lose it. You truly can change your life and start on the true path for good health, financial peace, and prosperity. So let's get on with the show.
Good morning, everybody. It is an absolutely gorgeous morning here in the Ohio Valley. Like usual, I'm at the Parklands of Louisville. If you get a chance, you really should come down to the Parklands and take a look. This is a beautiful park. Almost every day I see deer or some other wildlife, beautiful birds that I've never seen before in my life. Catch them here. Flowers are amazing. This year not so much. I guess we got too hot too soon, but usually the flowers are even more amazing. But it's just an absolutely gorgeous day here in the Parklands. All right, today's topic, I want to talk about 5 enemies to your success. Now I got this from Darren Hardy from his daily, Darren Daily. But I thought it was really powerful and I wanted to share this one with you. But it's called 5 enemies to your success. Every day I get out here and I try, or at least I try every day to get out here and do some walking. So I thank you guys for jumping on with me as I do these posts. But like I said, today I want to talk about the 5 enemies to your success. Somewhere along the line, someone has probably told you that it's impossible. Whatever your goal is, it's just not something you can do. People like to, they're not having success in their life, so they like to bring you down to their level. But there's 5 things that I want you to think about and try to eliminate from your life. Number 1 is fear. People fail at success because they fear of being judged by other people. They fear of being rejected. They fear of being outside the group. They fear what everybody else thinks of them. And that's a fear that you've got to just separate yourself from, because you can't let other people's opinions affect your future and what you want to do with your life. So that's the number 1 fear. Number 2 is failure. Folks, failure's not final. It's a learning process. It's growth, it's development. It's part of the journey. It's a stepping stone towards your success. I mean, think of folks like Benjamin Franklin and really Thomas Edison. He's really the one that comes to mind for me when I think of, failure. When he was asked about how's it feel that he failed so many times at developing the light bulb, his answer was that he didn't fail. He found 1,000 different ways not to make a light bulb. And that's the attitude you've got to have. You've got to have that type of mindset and overcome the fear of failure and the fear of what other people think. The third one is belief. Belief in yourself, belief in your cause, belief in your goal, belief in what it is that you want to achieve. People have been heartbroken. They've lost their trust. You've got to overcome the loss of your self-esteem. You've got to overcome that. You've got to realize that success is what you make of it. And you've got to believe that you've got all the tools. You've got to compare yourself to some of the other successful people in life that had things even worse off than you, and how they overcame, and how if they overcame, then you can too. One of the people I look at all the time is Colonel Sanders. I'm approaching 60. Well, Colonel Sanders, failed all throughout his life at all the different endeavors that he attempted. And when it came time to retire, and he got his first Social Security check, he thought, there's no way that I'm going to be able to live off of this. And that's when he went out and finally started Kentucky Fried Chicken. He died an extremely wealthy man. And it's because he had a belief in the product that he was selling. He believed that he had the best chicken in the world. And he was bound and determined to get out there and show others how to make the same thing. And at the same time, he gets a share in their profits. So you've got to overcome the fear of belief in yourself, the enemy of lack of belief in yourself. The next one, this is probably the biggest one, is comfort. People are looking for short-term rewards. They want instant gratification. So they want to go for the most comfortable route to get there. And comfort's a big enemy of your success. You've got to get out of the comfort zone. It takes work. I was going to end on this quote, but I think it applies here, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. And this comes from Benjamin Franklin. Let me get my paper here so I can make sure I quote him right. Benjamin Franklin said, "Opportunity is missed by most people because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work." You got to get out of that comfort zone. You got to realize that if you want success in life, you got to go past the mundane. And you're going to have to pull up your britches and you're going to have to work for it. Nothing's given to you in life. And you have to earn it. And the only way you can earn it is by getting out there and just doing it. And that's why I come out here to the park and do these walks. I am bound to determine that by the time I reach 60 years old, I'm going to be at my goal weight. I'm going to be at optimum health. And that's what I'm working towards. And if I don't get my butt out of bed in the morning and start my day off with these walks, I'll never achieve that. So I have to get out of my comfort zone. That's what happened when I first started doing these videos online. I had to get out of my comfort zone. When I started doing public speaking with Dr. Wallach, Dr. Wallach forced me up there on that stage. I had to get out of my comfort zone. Fortunately, it was a topic that I believed in wholeheartedly, so I was able to do that. I was able to speak from the heart and get beyond all these enemies to success. And the last one is boredom. The success process, like I just mentioned on the previous one, is grinding. It's a process of working hard. And so many people, they get bored with the mundane. They get bored with the getting up there and doing it every day. Like me getting out of bed to come here to the park. People get bored with doing the exact same thing every day. But without those stepping stones, they'll never reach success. So you've got to get yourself past the boredom and realize that you've got to grind. Again, like Benjamin Franklin said, success, most people miss success because it's dressed in overalls and looks like work, because it is work. So anyhow, that's my take on what Darren Hardy said for the day. The 5 enemies of success are fear, Let me make sure I get this right. Fear, failure, belief, comfort, and boredom. Just remember, if you want to have some success at whatever your goal is, you've got to get out there and you've got to do the work that it takes to achieve that success. Folks, I hope you found value in this. If you did, let others know about it, and be sure to follow me so you can get my future rantings, my future posts. I really do appreciate this, and I will see you guys very soon.
This has been the ProsperityRx podcast with Pharmacist Keith Abel. ProsperityRx, your prescription for health, wellness, and prosperity. If you found value with this episode, please share and go to Apple iTunes, make a comment, and give us a 5-star rating. Also subscribe through iTunes or your favorite podcast platform. ProsperityRx can also be found on YouTube at youtube.com/ProsperityRx. Pharmacist Keith is also a business entrepreneur. He helps folks from all walks of life start and run their own home-based business. If you'd like Keith to help you create your own business, then visit aimhighforsuccess.com.